So, yeah, isn't it? Yeah. So we're just gonna walk onto there. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, it's just sort of. There's only one modular lamppost, and that's this one here, was kind of out of place in it, and these ones in the bit of thing in Newtown Trail. So this is a solar panel on the bridge. So this bridge was built, Whithorn way. James Goodwin, co-founders of the Iron Foundries and engineers at Motherwell, 1864. Did you get your picture on that? I'm going to walk across it now. I'm going to go. So just walking along this ancient cast iron bridge over the River Irvine. And you've got the road bridge just over there. I'm not sure what the route of the road route is like, but a lot of lovely flowers and plants and that on the banks of the river. There's original signs here. I'll get that in there for you as well. Because that's in Cunningham Path. So I'm just watching my battery on my camcorder. I think I might be conking off very shortly. See you get. We sit here as well. Sort of Scottish water. That's Brett Doody's channel. Good. So yes, it was a lovely wee walk across there. Yeah, it was quite nice. Can't say I've really been here particularly before. The rain's let off for a bit, just enough to keep us dry while I do the filming and that. This must have been some sort of boating bit, I think, because I've got the what are they called again? Anchors for the anchor in the boat. I can't remember what that'd be for the boats, I think, isn't it? Tying the boats up. These. Yeah. I can't remember what they're called again. I'm not sure of the history. I've never done any research on it yet. We just have a look around. But, yep, lovely. So what I'll do is I'll probably make my way back to the car, decide what we're going to do later. I'll put this camcorder on the car charger, maybe try and get a bar up onto the battery for if I do decide to film anything else for you. Right, I'll keep you posted, okay? Right, so what I've decided to do is come down to the Irvine beach. With the Cadores Carnival there. I don't know if it's closed at the moment. Irvine Beach Park. I think it's just shut now actually. Unless it opens in the evening, I don't know. But it just caught my eye. There's a big trail in the sky there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you this before it disappears. So try and get this on camera for you. Well, you won't miss it, it's a big long trail. So it's just down at the Irvine Beach. So I'm just making my way over to the beach and show you a wee bit of the Irvine coastline, the west coast of Scotland. And I think that island way over there is Ailsa Craig. I'll zoom in on the camera and try and focus it in a bit better, but that's what the bus models, the Dundee, well, there's a model of bus, Volvo Ailsa, and it was called, basically the model was named after the island called Ailsa Craig, which is in the Firth of the Clyde, isn't it? So you get a lovely view of the coast here. I know further up the coast towards Hunterston there's the nuclear power station, Hunterston A and Hunterston B. Now I was EDF, I visited the Hunterston B nuclear power station. I think if I've got my bearings right, it's away up that way on the coast, Hunterston. It's quite nice. I'll tell you what, I'm going to just turn the camera around and I'll show you the coast. So I put my camcorder on the car battery charger. It's got a wee bit more, just a bit more power in it. Hopefully it'll be enough to film a wee bit of this for you. That island, I'll see if I could point it out for you in a second. So it's Irvine Beach, with it. The Irvine Beach, and that'll be looking down. I'm not sure of all the towns. I'll get the map, it'd be easy to tell you. I'll see if I can point on this island for you. I don't know if that's coming up well enough on the camera. I can't really see it on the screen, fortunately, on the actual, but it's out there. Fortunately, I don't think it'll come up. That might be it there. Might just be able to make it out. I can see it no bother with my naked eye, but I don't think the camera's reproduction. I don't think it's reproducing it very well. It's might just make it out. It's, I think that is the Ailsa Craig. That bus company, basically Volvo Trucking Bus, made Ailsa trucks, and in 1973 that's when they made the Ailsa double-decker bus chassis. So I talk about buses because I'm a bus enthusiast. Dundee, the city I live in, they bought the majority of their fleet through the 70s and 80s, was made up of Volvo Ailsas. And Irvine is where the factory was. In fact, I had a factory in Barrhead to start with, I think, which is nearer Glasgow. I haven't been in Irvine yet. And then they moved to Irvine, I think, in 1975, thereabouts. And I think that's when they started producing Ailsas from the Irvine factory. I think Barrhead was the trucks and the prototype Ailsa. The pre-production ones in 1974, and then they moved to the new plant in 1975, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it's something like that anyway. So it's quite busy today. The rain's off at the moment, so we're getting a wee break in the weather. Lovely beach, and you can see the house in the background as well. That'll be... No, I was over in that direction about 10 years ago. It was in the Millikentyre area, Castleton, that kind of area. And years before that I got a ferry to the Northern Ireland from Troon, the village or town called Troon, which I think is down that way. I've just not got my maps up, but you can see there's towns and that on the coast. And there's also the roads up there as well. Is that a Drossen? I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure what that white building is. I'm going to have a closer look at that later. But anyway, this is the Irvine beach. Quite nice. Yep, very nice. Yeah, it's quite breathtaking down here, quite fresh. So I'm just going to make my way over that way towards that white building I was talking about. See what else it's about. It stretches way over. I mean, the road goes way over that way. It's got a big beach, like the same other direction as well. I'll film it when I get a bit closer. I'm just walking past the coast towards Scotland, Irvine unit. It's just opposite the car park. So just make my way down there. Pause it a second. I want to pause that. Bathing water at... The bathing water quality at Irvine. Water quality is forecast to be poor. The water forecast is forecast to be poor for bathing in today at the Irvine beach. Going by that sign. I don't know what that means. I thought you just bathe in it. It could just be... I don't know. So the Irvine Beach Park, I don't know if this is it, this will probably be it closing then. Or maybe, I wasn't sure if it was maybe just opening up in the evening or closing down for the day, because it's like what, 6:20. So, it's like a small Cadonis carnival, similar to one at Aberdeen. Be owned by the same family, I guess. There seems to be a bit of a bridge over there as well. It's kind of broken in, well, it's not broken in two, but it's split in two. I don't know what that's about. Look at this building here as well. Little picnic tables there as well, just good for that. I'm kind of holding my left arm, it's starting to hurt holding this camera up. Well, Louise, enjoy yourself. She sees that a rabbit. Oh, I'm not quite sure what this building is. Oh, Barry's starting to scream out again. I'm not sure what that's about. I haven't done any research. But it looks like it's a bit of a railway. Bit of a railway line. Not a railway line, but monorail maybe. Could be for shifting heavy equipment across. quite sure if that's maybe just for access for the boats going in and out, maybe. That's why there's a gap, perhaps. Not sure. What I'll do is I'll turn it around anyway and give you a wee view around the boat here. So this is this railway, this line rails sitting on the boat. Whether it's for sliding equipment, or used to at one time just slide equipment in and out this building. I haven't, as I say, done any research, so I don't really know. I'll get down here for a minute. Not sure what that building is over there either. Right, so what I'm going to do now then, time's getting on a bit. I was talking about the old buses, the Volvo Ilsa buses. I'll sit myself down here for a minute. It's basically, the Volvo Ilsa it's a model of double-decker bus. It was built and designed in Scotland, and Volvo owned basically owned the company, and they supplied their in-house engine, the TD70 turbocharged 7-litre engine. And the chassis, the Volvo Ilsa chassis, was built, I think, initially at a factory in Barhead, just nearby Glasgow. I haven't been to it yet. And I think in the mid-70s they moved the production to the new Irvine bus and truck plant, which is not far from here. And like I was saying, that island out there, I'm sure that's the Ailsa Craig. And the buses, so it started off as a truck, the F86, the Volvo F86 truck, the 7-litre engine in it, and that was called Ailsa Trucks, named after the rock. And then shortly afterwards it developed the front-engined bus, the Volvo Ailsa double-decker. And it was a flush front, engine was inside, inboard. It wasn't like the Routemaster design, it wasn't a back loader that had the forward entrance and middle exit. And that was named the Ailsa bus, Volvo Ailsa bus. Again, which they took its name from that island, Ailsa Craig. So, I'll just pause this a minute. Actually, just before I leave from Irvine Beach, I've got a better view of the Ailsa Craig island for you. It's sort of cleared up a bit. So before I go, I'll show you. That's it there. And I made a mistake, it was actually called Campbellton. Campbellton is where I was 11 years ago, 10 a year ago. Which is at the other side there, there's land over there in Scotland. There's Milliken Tyres up that way as well. And I was in the Campbellton area, that was it. But there's a much clearer shot of, view shot of the Ailsa Craig Island. I was trying to show you earlier. And there are boat trips that go out to it as well. Right, so I thought I'd just get that for you. And Campbellton is where I was as well, so you can maybe make out the mountains in the background there. Right, so I'm going to make my way to the old site where the Volvo truck and bus factory was. It's around about the Kilwin and Irvine area, so I'll go and see what I can find. Right, so I've made my way to the area where the old Volvo truck and bus factory was. It was basically just, I believe it's in that area. It's Maxi Group Limited now that's got it. It's like an industrial estate kind of thing. So there's not really very much to see, unfortunately, but I can't get the car in because it's all sort of closed off at the moment. There's it's barriered up, but it's like a kind of industrial estate sort of I don't know, a bit sort of business park kind of thing. I think the factory is gone, but the site that it was on is where I think it's a Maxi Group or something. I don't know anything about it, but I just really want to be in the area where the buses were once built. No, that looks like a bit of land where the factory may have once stood, perhaps. I'm not sure. It may have been like where the buses, the chassis would have been parked once it came off the production line, maybe. But I remember years ago, I mean, talking about 1993. What's that? 28 years ago. I was only 18, but I remember taking buses from Dundee to this area, Kilmarnock and that. It's a bus company called A1 Bus Service, and they ran second-hand buses from Dundee. The Volvo Ilses from Dundee. They also bought new ones as well, like some new buses, Volvo Ilses, but they did buy second-hand Mark 1 Volvo Ilses from Dundee, and I came through here to go on them, to go on a bus from. And I remember seeing the factory on one of the routes, and I saw it from the road, from the main road, like on the bus. So, but it just seems a bit, it's a bit overgrown and that. I don't really know an awful lot about this area. There's not really a lot I could show you. I was hoping to see some of the grounds where the factory is there. I'll show you I'll turn the camera on and show you what I'm seeing, basically. Yeah, but this is just like a car park. I just don't know exactly where the factory was, and kind of suspecting it'll be on a flat bit of ground. I looked on Google Maps, and I saw like the base of where the factory may have once stood. And I was kind of suspecting it's up this area. It was a big long factory, I think. What I'll do is I'll switch this off just now and I'll put it back on when I get something more specific and certain that that's where the factory was. Okay, I'll keep you posted. So I've kind of like just walked up here a wee bit more, and it looks like there's a lot of open foundations, and I suspect this is where the factory would have once stood. Now, like I said earlier, it shut down June 2000, and there's a hole in the fence here. I wonder if I'll get through that. I think this could be it. I'll probably get checked right enough. I'm used to getting checked. Security will probably come here and question me what I'm doing, blah blah blah. Not doing anything wrong, just a bit nostalgic. I think this is the site where the factory was. Now there's a hole in the fence here, it's been there for ages. It looks as though, so is it really like Fort Knox? It's just waste ground though. But I think this is basically where the factory would have once stood. I'm sure this was it. It's long enough, big long road here and everything. Truck and bus factory. It's not going to be a small one, isn't it? So, but yeah, the article said it was shut down in June 2000. But yet there's an article I've checked online, Independent I think, saying that there's jobs to go. They're going to lose jobs, 450 jobs going to go at the Volvo truck and bus plant in Irvine. And that article was on the 22nd of October 2011. So how that makes sense, I don't know. But the Mandela effect, like I said, it's something that I consider, because I've experienced the phenomena, something that's referred to online as the Mandela effect. I've definitely experienced it. But the article, I just came across as I find it bizarre that it would say that. So this is obviously old waste ground, and it's kind of spongy like. Should have been the factory floor surface. It's pretty big. It's a big old site. I can't remember the number of acres, 75 acres or something, I don't know. I did Google it, but sadly it's gone, the factory. But I think this has got to be it. Yeah, so, and on what I would bet would be the factory, the old, it's like the H beams on the ground there. That would have been a beam going up to support the big warehouse that the factory was in. So it looks as though it's been shut up. It's a battery screaming out. I put it on the car charger for put a wee drop of battery in, but it's yeah, what was I saying? It looks like it's been shut down for 21 years. This being August 2011. Ah, big spider there. Jeez. Big spider. So certainly there's a lot being said that it's been shut since June 2000. But yet there's this article from an independent paper. It's called The Independent, and got a big one, and it's saying the article in 2011. So it's like if you do research into the Mandela effect, it's a similarity. You know, a lot of people remember him dying in 1990, roundabouts, and yet there's an article written about it. But apparently he didn't die until 2013. But I'm not going to go on about that. That's just what how it's dubbed the Mandela effect. Well, I've come across loads of them. But it's very bizarre why they would have an article saying that the factory was shut in 2011 when it had been shut 11 years before. And it does look like it's been shut for a very long time. It's all overgrown and everything. So, right, so I've made it onto the site I believe would be the old truck and bus, Volvo truck and bus factory at Irvine, where the Volvo Ilse buses were built. As long as there was other buses built here as well. Production after it's closed, I believe in June 2000, the production went down to Warwick, Volvo truck and bus done in Warwickshire, which is in England. But they did obviously do other models of buses here as well. They've done the Volvo Olympian, the Volvo B6, which is a midi bus. But I remember it mainly for the Ilse because I'm a Volvo Ilse bus fan. That's what Dundee's buses were. The whole fleet was made up of Volvo Ilses. 99% of the fleet was made up of it. So I think I've showed there's not really much more. See, I'm just going to go for a walk around there and then I'm going to get back to the car because they're waiting on me. So I don't want to keep them waiting too long. If I come across anything else that's really interesting and up, then I'll get the camera out and show you. But I think for today this might be it, because we're just going to go back to the caravan, Sandyland's caravan park, and get a tea, and then just that'll be it for the night kind of thing. So, but obviously if I come across anything I want to show you, I'll just put the camera back on. Right, I'll catch you later for now, okay? Actually, yeah, I'm back again. I went right up to the end there, which is just not that far towards the far end from the end I came in. And just to show you how long it is, it's about a good 15-minute walk down this. It's maybe a kilometre anyway, a kilometre long. It's a really long factory grounds anyway. It's massive factory, and it stretches maybe about half the length as it is width over there as well, and maybe a third. There isn't a lot here. There's a lot of overgrowth. There's nothing, no buildings left or anything. But what I did notice is that's a battery going. What I did notice is these quite spectacular lampposts, the original ones. There's a lot of them along this path as well. Well, if I worked at this factory they would know exactly where I was standing, but I wasn't at it when it was working the factory. I was never at the factory. I just remember passing it on the bus 28 years ago. A lot of midges. But what I'll do is I'll zoom that in and I'll give you a rough idea as to how big the site is, and I'll show you the lampposts as well. So the boundary fence for the other side, there's a road running along there, and where the trees are is about the width of the factory, and that's the other boundary fence at this side here, so that's like the width. And there's these unusual looking lampposts along here as well. This still retains its original hoop, but further along some of them have been broken, and some of them are still in one bit. But from the end there where the houses were, because I thought there was actual buildings on site, but that's actually just the end. That's across the road and into the residential houses, which just means it's the end of the top end of the site, or certainly the opposite end from where I came in. And to get down this long straight and be a good 10-minute walk maybe. So that's about half a mile. Something that's huge. It's really long. It covers a massive area. I think it was 75 acres, seems to ring a bell. I'm not 100% sure. I quickly googled it, but it's a big site anyway. I mean, they are building big vehicles and the buses and trucks, so it's going to be, and it was for an international market, because they built the Volvo Olympian for the UK and also Singapore. What was the other place? It was Singapore, Hong Kong I think, as well. And the Volvo B6, I think that went to Australia. But there was it was an international company, like well, the products went international. Volvo's international, but this was the Scottish Volvo truck and bus plant at Irvine, who actually manufactured them. But there's Volvo truck and bus stations around about the country that does the servicing for the buses and trucks, but I don't think there's any factories in Scotland. I think the only UK one is the one in Warwickshire. I think, I'm right on that, I could be wrong. I think it's just Warwick where they make them though. But yeah, you can see the end, it goes down quite a bit. And I think there's even a bit further than that as well. So, just to give you an idea of the scale of the size of it. So, it's, like I say, I got in here okay. I didn't break in, there was a hole in the fence already. You could see there's dog walkers and everything. You know, so, I mean, you can see the amount of stuff is, like the plastic bottles and stuff. So it's not like Fort Knox, again. It's a private site, but I didn't break in and anything like that. It's wasteland. So, I'm only here just to visit where the buses were, that's all. I wish there was here when it was in operation, like when it was actually a factory. I would have loved to have done a tour, and I would have really liked that. But it was shut 21 years ago, or this article where it says it's shut 10 years ago. Very unusual, it's a mystery really why a newspaper could get that wrong. I don't think so somehow. So it's like a sort of Mandela effect residue or something, I don't know what it is, but it's pretty odd. I have experienced, as I say, I know about the Mandela effect just now. I'll be talking the battery will be going flat. But anyway, like I say, I just thought I'd put that on the video as well. So I'm just going to make my way down there. They're screaming out for me to get back. I better make a move. If I come across anything else, I'll just put the camera on and show you. Okay, catch you later, bye. I'm back again. What it is, to take away any doubt that this is the bus factory, or was the bus factory, I found some, like off the bus parts. There's some aluminium beading. Rabbit holes, rivets, and I thought there was a bit of fiberglass as well, just there. You can see that very well, but just to take away a bit of doubt, any remaining doubt. So I'm about 99% certain this is the factory. So I thought I'd phone up to be sure that it wasn't. I'm pretty certain this is it. So this is another way out. As you can see, I didn't break in. There's a great big hole, the whole fence bit there's missing, so that's how I got onto this. I'm just going away to make my way back. So this is a bit of a nature trail. Yeah, this seems to be a wee bit of a nature trail as well. So I think that's right. I'm a bit lost. Well, I better not get lost because they're waiting on me. So that's the boundary fence anyway to the truck and bus factory. I'm not sure this would be the back of the factory or the front, I don't know. But the industrial estate bit I came in was just this end. So I'll catch you later, okay? If I come across anything else, I'll just get the camera on and show you. Right, yep, and back again. And just for anybody bus enthusiasts like myself that want to get to this factory, I think this would be the back. Because that there is the Ayrshire Hospital, the Ayr Hospital in Firmly, which is just right opposite where that hole in the fence was to get into the site. So I would assume that the other end, boundary end, would be the front. So I thought I'd maybe just let you know that if you're interested to know where it was. There's another hole in the fence here as well, there's just loads of them. So that was the hospital, that was worthy of mentioning for anybody else like myself that wants to find out what is here for the Volvo bus and truck plant in Irvine. Okay.